Alright, I'm out.
Where you going?
Eat your house.
What y'all finna do?
The only thing you can't do at 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'm already knowing. Alright, boy, send me a video.
Got you. Alright, I'm out.
Where you finna go?
Eat your house.
You still on that cheating shit?
I mean, every now and then, why?
You married now, my boy. It's not a girlfriend no more. It's a wife. You get caught cheating, you gonna pay the price. She gonna take half. I'm just saying. Half. I'ma see. Yo, you need me to call you Uber?
Nah, bro, I'm straight. Trust.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, boy, I'ma see. Call me when you get home.
Alright.
Bro, give me my keys. I'm good. What you doing?
No, you're not, bro. You either go inside and take a nap or I'll call you Uber, but you're not getting these back anytime soon.
Bro, I'm good.
No, you're not, bro. And then if I get a call saying you crashed and lost your life, then what? It's gonna be my fault. Because I let your stupid ass drive. Get in the car, get in the house, man. No more, man. Get in the house. What happened in your eye?
Oh, Dino swung on me.
Where you at?
Right there.
Hey, what we waiting on? Come on. Go! What happened in your eye?
Oh, Dino swung on me.
What the hell are you doing? You ever thought about swinging back? You don't need this shit, man. Go use your hands. It's life in prison. That's not of emotion. Use your goddamn brain, man. Go swing back. Go swing back. Okay.
That's the problem with y'all little dudes. Y'all sissified. Y'all scared to take an ass whooping. Nah, listen, real talk, dude. Every young man, shit, every female need a good friend like that, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times y'all be hanging around people who are enablers, bro. They actually promote the degeneracy, bro. They promote you being a Dan. Yeah, I ain't said that in a long time, bro. Degenerate ass nigga. That's a Dan. Acronym for some of you slow people. But anyway, dog. You gotta be your brother's keeper. You gotta be your sister's keeper, man. Like, bro, it's been some times where I stopped somebody from doing something that really could have altered their lives in the worst way. And vice versa. They stopped me from doing something stupid. Now, these days, I don't really make a lot of dumb decisions. But, you know, here and again, I will. But for the most part, bro, I have a pretty good head on my shoulder, man. And it's important to get around like-minded individuals, dog. If you from the hood and you still hanging out with the same dudes that you was running in the streets with, but you got something going for yourself and they still don't, that's the wrong people to be around, dog. Like, I got a rule. It's certain people from my past who will never step foot in my house. I mean, never. There's no chance. There's certain people in my past that when they call, I pretty much keep it high and by, like, what's up, whoop the whoop, and I'm moving on to the next one. Because when you get around those people, they try to bring back old habits, man, and that's just not a good way to go at this point, bro. I got too much to lose. Some of them people don't got no kids, they don't have no job, they don't have no house, no car, anything. They don't have anything that can be taken away from them, so they still living life on the edge. I can't live around people like that, bro. Straight up. I ain't saying I'm better than them tools. I just know better.
You got these niggas, you know what I'm saying, on some keep it real shit with their partner. Now, if your partner throw a stash right there and the police pull up and you on probation and he ain't on probation, you know what I'm saying, and the people walk up and say who that's for, you know what I'm saying, how real he gonna be, you know what I'm saying, is he gonna take his lick or is he gonna let both of y'all ride, you go back up time and he a first offender, you know what I'm saying, I'm a nigga like this shit, I'm on paper. So if my partner right here, and he got a gun right there, and the police find it, he either go take his charge, or I'm gonna give him his charge, because I'm gonna keep it real with myself, or I keep it real with a nigga who ain't gonna keep it real with me. I shot.
See, bro, look, that kind of play into the last clip that I just showed y'all, bro. See, a lot of people that y'all be hanging out with don't have your best interest in mind. They gonna look out for self, right? And he just said, basically, a lot of y'all ain't gonna understand the dialect. BG, he's so New Orleans to the bone, a lot of people won't understand what he said, but basically, what he said was this. If I already have a prior conviction, I'm on probation, and I'm hanging out with a dude who doesn't have any paperwork on him, he's never been charged, he's just been lucky his whole life, never had no run-ins with the law. If he has a gun or anything like that, and the police come and he throws it off to the side, the police gonna be like, who this for? Who does this firearm belong to? So, by him not saying nothing, guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, look, one of y'all taking this charge, or even both of y'all going to take the charge. By him not being solid, he'll sit up there and just be quiet. And because of that, both of y'all going down for the same gun. Now, what BG saying is this. I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm going to say, that's not my gun. Because BG said, I ain't going to jail for another nigga. You either take your charge or I'm going to give you your charge. It is what it is. If you got partners like that, let me tell you something. If they... in a moment like that, when they know when they know that the gun belongs to them, they also know that you could potentially go take a long ride That's not your real partner. And that's going to be the first person that try to smash your girl. That's going to be the first person who don't write you while you in jail, don't call you, don't put no money on your books. A lot of dudes that y'all hanging around right now really not y'all partner, bro. They just stay in close proximity because maybe y'all grew up from this high to a butterfly. You just never know. Look out for yourself, bro. Because them same people that you hitting licks with right now, bro, I promise you, bro, most of the time, y'all won't even keep in touch when y'all hit 30s and 40s. I'm keeping it real. I know a lot of ex-street dudes, bro, and they avoid them niggas that they grew up with like the plague if they not on the same type of time that they on now. I'm trying to give y'all some game, bro. Soak it up, please.
I literally just hopped out of a moving car because I was on the date from hell. Okay, like when I tell you I didn't even wait for this man to pull over, he was over an hour late for our date. Over an hour late to our date. I should have known then to just cancel the shit because you're not respecting my time. However, I overlooked it because I'm like, oh my God, I've known this person since high school, you know, and he's communicating with me, letting me know like, hey, I'm going to be, you know, this amount of minutes late. Like, you know, he's calling me, texting me, letting me know what's up because there's traffic.
So what's the problem?
LA shit happens. He's coming off work, whatever. So I was cool with it. I was like, all right, cool. You're being communicative. Like, I'll still continue the date. He comes to pick me up over an hour late. And when I get in the car, we hug. Hey, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Like, you know, good to see you. Right. And then I let him know like, hey, like you're an hour late. Like next time, like, please don't show up so late because like, I won't like go on a date. Like I was being firm. I wasn't being a bitch. I wasn't being condescending. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being aggressive. None of that shit. I was just letting him know like, hey, I'm a very punctual person. My time is valuable to me. And if you're going to tell me you're going to be here at 6 o'clock, don't show up past 6. Okay, don't show up at especially 7 o'clock an hour later. And do you know that this man turned his car around? It's like, I'm taking you back home. Like, who do you think you are telling me that I can't be late, pick you up to a date? I drove 30 minutes to pick you up and I paid for these tickets and blah, 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 blah. And who do you think you are? Who the fuck do I think I am, sir? Like, this is why they warn you, don't ever date the person that has chased you for a long time, that has wanted you for a long time, because they're usually crazy. I jumped out of a halfway moving car tonight because I could not get away from this man fast enough. And I left his door wide the fuck open and he like busts a bitch in the middle of the street and like peels off. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Are you seriously mad because someone told you don't be an hour late to picking them up? The woman that you've been chasing for over 20 years finally gives you the time of day. I feel like this is one of those moments where he had it in his mind the whole time to play in my face because he wanted to get back at me from 20 years ago or something.
Probably.
Now, mind you, this is not an ex. I've never done anything to this man. I've never slept with him, never kissed him, never like
That's the
curbed him
problem.
in any type of way, never played with this man's emotions. But I feel like because he didn't have access to me for over 20 years, when he finally got the opportunity, he wanted to like show me who's boss. Okay.
Say, bro, real talk. A lot of times, the girl that you've been chasing for buku long, you will have a little resentment towards. Because why you been playing with me all these years? I'm not saying what he did was right, and I ain't saying what he did was wrong. Because here's the thing, we listening to her side, bro. You know how much they be lying. Like, dog, it seemed like whenever they move their lips, they be lying. I stopped. I jumped out the car when it was moving, bro. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe that shit not 1 second. You know what I'm saying? But man, you friend zoned the dude basically, and he did put forth the effort. He invested in the tickets. The dude told you from jump what was going on. He in traffic. He maneuvering. He trying to get to you as quickly as possible, baby. But then you act like it was okay. But when you face to face with him, you made a big deal out of it. Hey, I don't like waiting here all this time. Make sure you're punctual next time, bro. You tried to little boy him. That man said I'm somebody's child, bro. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. Get your black ass out the car. Hey, bro. I ain't really mad at that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he right, but I ain't saying he wrong either, goddammit. That was funny to me, man, because, dog, y'all know she leaving out parts of the story. She leaving out the part of the story where she was telling them about all the guys that was blowing her back out this whole time. She talking about how she wasted his time over the years. She ain't mentioned none of that. Yeah, bro, she will hop on here to play the victim, man. You don't sit your ass down somewhere. Y'all gotta stop falling for that okie dokie, bro. I'ma keep it real with you.
Salary is needed to buy a home. Duh. To afford a middle-class life today.
Well, if we look at the average home in America, it's sitting around $400,000, and at a 7% interest rate, you would need to make $100,000 with zero debt. No car payment, no student loans, no credit cards.
A scooter!
To have a shot at qualifying. if you do have a car payment, student loans, and credit card debt, which most Americans have, you're going to need more, about $120,000 to $130,000 for a $400,000 home.
From apartment to apartment.
So for the average American right now, statistically, can only afford about a $250,000 home, and there's only a few places in America that still offer homes at that price.
So what's happening at the moment is parents who have some money are helping their children, and that's the only way those children can get into a home of their own.
Facts.
Is that accurate?
That is accurate if they're helping with the down payment, but if the child doesn't have the $100,000 or $120,000 salary to back it up, parents will not only have to help with down payment, but also co-sign if the child doesn't make over $100,000 for most metropolitan cities.
And you don't see much change in the immediate future?
I don't. I would just tell any young person to get their ducks in a row financially, learn about what it takes to get a mortgage, and be prepared. So if interest rates do come down, you're ready to pounce, because you don't want to be late if the prices start shooting up. You want to be early to grab yourself a property.
Said, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. I paid $225,000 for my house, and I could have afforded a way more expensive house. I just didn't want to be married to no high-ass mortgage, bro. I just didn't. And also, I was being very strategic when I purchased my house. I live in an area where I really believe the values are gonna like go up in the near future because of all of the new development going on in the surrounding areas and stuff like that. It's basically wide open, right? And it hasn't been tapped into yet. The gentrification haven't started. So I'm hoping one day that an influx of people from all over the place start taking a vested interest in my part of town. That way I can reap the benefits of getting in early. I have seen houses in my neighborhood going for 300 plus, right? Which is cool. Nothing to really go crazy over, but you know, being strategic is what got me where I am now. And I've been paying that loan balance down, right, without going too crazy. The problem is this though, I would never ever really personally, unless I was making $500,000-$700,000 a year, I wouldn't even want a $400,000 house, because I don't want to be on the hook for those property taxes when the insurance inevitably goes up. I don't want to fool with none of that. It's already bad enough right now dealing with all of these high taxes in the city as it is, right? I live in New Orleans. There ain't too many places out here where you can find a house for less than $225. I got lucky when I found my house, bro. And I put a little sweat equity up in this thing. You see, I'm in a shed. This is a shed that I converted into, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, little brother? Yeah. But nah, I was smart when I bought my shit. There's a Hollywood movie studio that's going to be built right around the corner from me. Right? I knew that could break. I think about shit like that, dog. They were like, man, you approved for $450,000. No, the fuck I'm not. I ain't finna use it. I don't want no house that expensive, bro. I'm good on that. People right now can't even go to sleep at night because they up to here in debt, bro. Can't do it. Nope. I'm smarter than that. I'm frugal. And most importantly, I'm somebody's child. You're not finna put me out on the street because I over leverage myself.
Proof men don't chase women anymore.
Tell us. One of women's major complaints today is that men up to date don't act like men back in the day.
We are different.
They don't take their time out to court women anymore. They're not intentional about seeking out to be in a relationship with women. They're shying away from commitment. They don't really care to protect women. They don't care to provide for women. They don't care to tolerate women at all unless it's just sexual. And nobody can seem to figure it out. Well, I got the answer. Women have decided we no longer need to impress men.
Yeah, well, don't.
And the ones who do want to go out of their way for a man that they may be interested in or actually with, they are shamed and made to feel like that they are doing something wrong for seeing a man past the tangibles. Everything that men have asked for, women have shunned them and said that we're not doing those things for you. We're doing them to appease ourselves.
That's good.
Everything is in the antithesis of men, so much to the point where women have decided that they no longer have a need for man past his provisional aspects, such as him having money or such as him just having great sex. And somewhere along the lines, we've lied to ourselves and said men only objectify us and want sex for us. So in return, you want to play the man's game and try to do it back.
Let's play games.
But then when they start telling you that they want things like a woman who can think, or a woman who is actually going to be a partner, or a woman who can provide them a form of companionship, or a woman who brings them peace, or a woman who can read the room, a woman who can listen, a woman who knows how to cook, clean, nurture, and care for a house.
No, we can't.
A woman who's tentative. All of those things seem to be off your radar. We've taken cooking and cleaning and equated it to slavery, which I have no idea why we would be so disrespectful to our ancestors, because slavery was not just simply house chores. We've taken something so simple as, hey, maybe you're overreacting to, oh, he's gaslighting us, calling them narcissists, and disregarding all of their boundaries, even so much as the clothing. There is nothing there left to the imagination, because everything that he may aspire to get, so can every other man. See, it's so easy to see a woman post her ass and her titties on the timeline.
Oh, that's just disrespectful.
Or even walk outside with everything on but the armor of the Lord, and when he asks for a picture, all of a sudden you tense up like he just wants to objectify you, when actually you're just confused and you're not consistent with the message that you're sending. Women have found a way to say we don't need to impress men, men need to impress us, but when they tell you what they want, you call them bad bitches.
You know that.
You say that they want to be the new women. When they express their disdain or certain hatred, you call them sassy. Nothing is ever just introspectively saying, hey, maybe I don't act like my mama, maybe I don't act like my grandmama, maybe I don't act like my aunties, because you thought those women were weak in order to keep a man. You thought that they were a pick-me, but maybe it would be wise to take a page out of their book, because they had a far better success rate.
We did.
With getting men to do exactly what they needed them to do, simply honoring their word. We've lost the plot. Women no longer understand the power of the P, if you know what I mean. Some would say that men found their worth. That's why they have stopped doing things for women, because it's so easy to get out of you nowadays. So maybe when women start to be a little bit more impressive towards men again, and they start doing all the things that men desire in order to get a woman, we could have them like put it in our hands. Start being impressive.
I am.
You wouldn't complain about what a man don't do for you.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. She touched on a lot of great points in this video, dog. Like, bro, as a man, you gotta have an incentive to go hard for a woman, and they not giving it to you most of the time these days, bro. You really gotta think about it. The men who came before us, let's say that the women were perfect, and we know they wasn't, but man, the women back then were more feminine. They gave a man purpose and reason to go out there and hunt. Today's women, you know, I don't want to box all of y'all in the same group, but man, it just seems like I see a lot of women who just think that most men are disposable. Like, all right, cool, I don't really like this dude, but he's offering me dinner, so I'm going to use him, get the dinner, and then I'm going to ghost him. All right, cool, you want to benefit from a man's labor, but you don't want to let him benefit from anything that you got going on. You think he's supposed to always carry the majority of the load, man. Sometimes a dude want to sit back and be passenger princess here and there type shit. And a lot of women is not offering that to the men. And it's sad, because ultimately, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Most men are not the type of people who will just go out there and do something for the sake of doing it. They need a motivation. And now that these dudes ain't really dating like that, man, y'all got to start keeping up with these articles, man. Dudes are leaving the workforce in droves, because it's like, if they don't have no motivation to go out there and build nothing, they won't. They ain't starting families because they ain't got no woman in their mind that's worth starting a family with, or they're just invisible to the women. Bro, it's getting bad out here, man. And men make society float. Nothing that has a real purpose in society can be done really by the women. Like, I'm keeping it real. It's not to sound misogynistic, but man, like, I hate to see where we would be right now if the men of like 50, 60, 70, hundreds of years ago felt like the men today. Them dudes was out there busting their ass because they had a family to provide for, and they had a wife and all that kind of shit. These niggas ain't got none of that, bro. So a lot of shit is just not gonna get done no more. All of the important things like plumbing, electricals, man, these dudes don't have no motivation to go out there and risk their life for that. And these women are ungrateful as hell, man. Nah, bro, it's gonna get real ugly out here real soon. And the women are not capable of doing those jobs. A woman can't put no AC unit up in the attic. She can't do it, right? I seen two strong ass niggas come to my house. They took that damn AC, I forget what that particular part called, but they had to, it took two of them to bring it up there. Could you imagine how many women it would take? And these were some big niggas. These ain't small dudes. I'm telling you, if these dudes ain't got nothing to date or work for, they ain't gonna work. There's more women in the workforce than there are men in the workforce now, and I know that has something to do with it.